In this video, I'm gonna take an unsuspecting follower from my Instagram and I'm gonna draw their OC. They have no idea I'm doing this. They didn't ask me to do it. They just left a nice message and I looked at their channel, I saw they drew an OC, and I'm gonna recreate it in my own style. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we found our target. It's Yasushimo_E. So let's have a look. They like cats. I kind of picked that up from their character. Here it is. Alright, let's have a look. I'm not very sure what this character is going to be named, and I'm not sure about if it is a male or a female. Well, I'm definitely going to draw it a female. Because it looks like a female to me, alright? I'm not into man buns for guys, so it's going to be a female. No offense to anyone who's got a man bun, but seriously. Cut that shit. Okay, so it's going to be the new OC. What should it be named? Well, maybe you guys watching could leave a comment what you think this character should be called. I don't know, I'll leave it up to you guys. And I think it's time to do this. Boom! I've already sketched it up and I'm just going in now and inking it. I'm using a 0.03 Copic multiliner. I really like these pens. It's kind of funny, I've got two 0.03 pens and both of them have got different thicknesses. One of them I've kind of worn down so I can get really fine lines with, but it's a little bit scratchy. So this one is a little bit thicker and I generally use it for most of my lining, and then I kind of go back in at the end and thicken up some lines. So I'm just going around and scratching it all in with amazing technique. Not really. I kind of scratch a lot. I see some people ink and they're super fluid with it and do like one stroke to do each line. I'm definitely not like that. I just kind of scratch it in, whatever feels natural, and hopefully it turns out alright. It seems to work okay for me. I probably could learn some new inking techniques, do a bit of a better job, but it's something I'm working on, and I feel like my line work's okay. It could be a lot better, but I'm working on it. You're probably wondering, why is there so much machinery and all this stuff going on at the bottom of the character? And fun fact, I was actually going to do a creepypasta story behind this, which kind of had some robotic elements to it, but I decided to make this its own separate video, and I've got that creepypasta video probably coming out in a week or two, so you'll notice I've got another drawing that has a lot of machinery. You can actually see it on my Instagram. It's a real cat instead of a cat girl, but I still felt like when I looked at this original character, it just looked like a cyborg to me, like a robot, something from Copics, or what was that Detroit Become Human or something game? I kind of watched the gameplay of that not that long ago, and I've been thinking about AI and if we could make these robots, that I feel like someone would make a cat robot because, I don't know, people like cats, people like humans, people like combining weird stuff together. So that's the vibe I got. Plus, I felt like it was less weird if it was a robot and I didn't draw nipples on it, so that just seemed to work out a little bit easier for me. It's less inappropriate when it's robot boobs than human boobs, alright? That was my reasoning. When it comes to colouring with Copics, I always do the skin first and I try and get it pretty smooth. I'll go in with pencils after the Copics, and I have this weird kind of relationship with how I like my drawings, because on the one hand, I like a nice smooth blend. It's really hard to get sometimes, but I also really like a textured, weathered look. So often I'll go in and do it really smooth, as much as I can at least. I feel like I can still improve a lot on that. And then at the end, I'm not really happy with the smoothness of it, and I go in with lots of texture, adding blood and dripping effects because it's just really fun and hopefully looks cool. Maybe I need to mix that up a little bit. I feel like I do that a lot. So lately, I've kind of tried to tone it down with some of my shading. Some of my Copic stuff, I feel like if you layer it too much, it starts getting a bit muddied, and it really depends on the paper you use as well. The paper that I use, you can't layer that much before it starts just not blending properly at all. So when I coloured the hair, I really tried to not use too many different colours of brown, just blend between 2 or 3 so I didn't overwork the paper. And I feel like it worked reasonably well. Predominantly I was just using 2 different tones of brown, and then I think I went with a different colour at the end to blend it all together. So I was pretty much just using 3 different colour browns for the hair, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Slight dilemma. So I'm up to colouring the eyebrows, and normally when you colour eyebrows, you're going to follow the colour of their hair. So brown hair, brown eyebrows. Makes sense, right? Well, not this time. I'll show you the reference again. In this one, they've kind of got green eyebrows. So, do I do them green? Do I do them brown? I'd normally do brown, but I feel like that's kind of cheating. This is how they intended their character to look, so I feel like I should get the green and we'll go in and see what happens. If it looks terrible, I'm sorry. I tried. Let's do it. I slowly grab my Copic. I know what must be done, yet my hand still shakes with anticipation. I steady myself and begin. The green Copic gliding across the paper. There's no going back now. I was actually pretty surprised that green eyebrows kind of worked. I tried to keep a similar colour scheme to the original artwork. I wanted to put my own spin on it, but at the same time, keep some of the same elements. I thought that was a kind of cool tribute to it. So the collar, the eyebrows, the eye colour, that was all a reflection of the original OC. I wanted to keep that as reasonably close as possible. I don't know, I kind of went off and did some crazy machinery, so maybe I'm not really sticking that close to it. But I wanted to have fun. I still wanted it to be somewhat of my own creation. Well, at least add some creepiness to it. That's kind of what I do best. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Probably not. But that's what you guys seem to like. That's what I like drawing, so I just go with it. If I want to make it a robotic Neko cat girl thing, I just go with it. I think it turned out pretty cool. The eyes I wanted to make kind of look lifeless in a way. I got the inspiration from Copics. I don't know if you guys know of that anime or manga, but she's like a robotic girl. I just imagine the eyes having this kind of zoned out dead look, which was the vibe I got from the original drawing. I don't know if it was intended, but that's the vibe I got, and that's what I tried to do. Plus, she's like cut in half, so I don't think she's doing too well. / she's probably dead, or that just got really morbid. But I wanted to do also some inky effects as if it's like her oil or blood. Well, she's a robot, so she doesn't have blood, but I thought it'd look really cool having these ink blots kind of splattered up from her chest, and that kind of covers up her boobs a little bit, because it just felt more appropriate to be covered up by something, considering she's naked. Don't judge me! Let's get a close-up on those boot textures. Look at that texturing technique. Oh yeah. You can see how I layer the ink, creating a watercolor effect. So textured, you could imagine feeling it on your fingertips, grabbing them. Oh! Too far. A little technique I like to use is scraping off some soft pastel and then blending it with a tissue, hopefully not a used one. No Nut November is over, so hopefully you guys have still got lots of tissues lying around. Moving on. That was getting really weird. So now I'm going in and doing the highlights with a white gel pen. I really try to restrain myself with this because sometimes I feel like I've definitely gone over the top in the past, adding way too many dots and all this unnecessary highlights which kind of look bad, but when you're doing it, it's really hard not to just go overboard with it. So I try to restrain myself a little bit here. Still probably go overboard, but slightly less overboard. So baby steps, it's something I'm trying to work on. I've got OCD, so sometimes I just need to learn how to stop. That's one of the really hard things about doing drawing, I find. When you spend a lot of time on an artwork, you just want to keep going because you're like, where do I stop? I could add more detail here, I could add more shading, more highlights, and it's really hard not to get carried away. Sometimes you just need to step back and say, that's enough, and move on to the next drawing. I feel like I've been doing that a bit lately. I've been not spending too long on an artwork. I definitely used to spend a lot more time on my drawings a couple years back. And sometimes that's cool because you put more detail in and it can look really good. But other times you just get bogged down doing the same drawing for a really long time when you could move on to new stuff and make new content, make more drawings, and probably improve quicker. That's something I'm working on. But that's about it for this drawing. Stick around till the end to see how it turned out. Alright, quick outfit change to make it look like I didn't just record the intro and outro at the exact same time. 1 second. Alright, we're back. Some time has passed and I've just finished the drawing. So I hope you guys like how it turned out. The main message of this video, I didn't really want it to come across as me thinking, oh look, my artwork is so much better, anything like that. I just want to encourage you guys to keep practicing and that we all start somewhere. And trust me, my old drawings looked really bad, and it's only through a lot of practice, time and effort that you're going to improve. I just want to encourage you guys, if you're feeling down about your art, just stick at it. I promise you, if you keep practicing every day, you will get better. You'll be surprised over the years, if you look back at your artwork, how much you can actually improve. So please stick at it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.